From John Curtis Christian School in River Ridge, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you Louisiana High School girls basketball. As tonight, we've got a good one, a matchup of state champions from a year ago looking to make that final tune-up to make a defense of their title here in 2023 as the John Curtis Christian Patriots Lady Wave. Hi again, everybody. Lenny Van Gilder along with Bill Gallagher. Matt Merritt, our producer tonight. Robbie Utzler bringing you all the pictures of what we think should be a good matchup, Bill, as you talk about two teams who got the gold trophy last year and are looking to do it again. You've got some, obviously it's not the same team, but you've got a lot of players on this team that know what it takes to get it done when you get in early March. What are you trying to get out of your team in a final tune-up like this as you get ready for the playoffs?
Well, for John Curtis, this is their final game before the playoffs start. And Ponchatoula, I believe, has one district game left tomorrow night against Hammond. You're just looking to find somebody to play that has a good record. So, your power points won't be affected if you happen to lose. Somebody's got to lose. Yeah. But, you want to play somebody that's going to give you good competition. Both these teams have played good competition during the year, but you want to play somebody that you're obviously not going to see in the playoffs. And with the select, non-select, this makes this a perfect matchup.
Yeah, it works perfectly because you've got a Curtis team that's on the select side that we're looking to be, making a run of Division I select. Ponchatoula in what is now Division I non-select. A year ago, they won the Class 5A title. Overtime thriller over Parkway that some will tell you is one of the best girls basketball games they've ever seen. 80-79. Jaylee Womack, who's now at Tulane, scored 32 points. The other two double-figure scorers in that game, Taylor Jackson, Libby Thompson, are back this year for Patricia Landesh's team. So she's got to rely on that experience from those two players. And Thompson's a Loyola signee. And Jackson missed the early part of the season with a broken leg, but has been back for about a month now. And so she's just ramping into form and could be a big player as this team heads towards the playoffs.
Well, that makes tonight maybe even a bigger game for Taylor Jackson since she's just been back for basically a month, a handful of games of the season. Lenny, you got sophomores, juniors on both teams, freshmen. They're now seniors. They're now juniors. They're now sophomores. They're by this part of the season, you can count them as being a grade older because they've played 25, 30 games, whatever it is, and they've got experience. But you still want to get this playoff type experience. That's what
for John Curtis, their final regular season home game. And this will be short because they've only got one senior. Janiah Holmes, who averages 7.5 points a game. She's the only senior on this team. So things looking bright for the future here, as if things needed to be any brighter with a John Curtis program that has won the last 6 Division I select titles. And going for 7. They've even got the warm-up shirts that say shooting for 7. The way they're set up, if they could get 7, that could turn into 8 or even more. We're used to seeing those kind of programs done something their football program has never done, and that's won 6 consecutive state championships.
Well, they certainly are built for it, and you got to think that they are the favorite, not just because they're the number 1 seed, but you got to think that you're a betting man. I bet you could get some kind of odds on next year already if you go to Bally's or something and get
well set up to do this. Their leading scorer is a freshman. Shakai Desdunes, who is already attracting a lot of attention on the recruiting circuit out there. And again, they will start tonight a senior, 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior. So you're going to have, 4 returning starters on this team. And again, of your top 8 players, 7 of them are going. So as they've honored the lone senior Janiah Holmes here for basketball. We'll have the national anthem and an opening prayer here. So, and we'll pause for the invocation.
so proud we had one life last clean, whose broad stripes and the parallel o'er the ramparts we walk was so gallantly streamed. Rockets red glare, bombs bursting through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say doth that sauce banner yet wave, and all the free and the home of the brave.
Our invocation and our national anthem from John Curtis Christian School in River Ridge. We get set for basketball. I'll introduce the starting lineups here. Ponchatoula will open with a forward Libby Thompson and their post player Taylor Jackson. For John Curtis, it will be Heaven Jordan at the point. Bailey Timmons also at guard. And then Shakai Desdunes, Shania Holmes, along with Amani Daniel in the starting lineup for Curtis. And Billis figures, again, not just based on talent and what these teams have done before, but figures to be a good matchup of what teams can do here. Different ways going about it, perhaps. And, Curtis with a lot of firepower on the perimeter. Ponchatoula with a lot of experience more inside. And we'll see just how this all plays out here this evening. Whose will prevail, if you will.
Yeah, that in a game like this, when you got two top-rated teams, that pretty much is what it comes down to: is who can instill their will on the other. Who can play their game and make the other team, get away from what they want to do. So you want to put your will on the other team.
Yeah, we talked about Curtis and their 6 straight titles. The one thing that's not common about it is a head coach in her first year, Alondra Brown, who was at McMain, played at Tulane. She played at McMain. Has been a part of some good programs, but now she's going for her first title as they get set for a playoff run. As we mentioned, they're pretty well locked in to the number 1 seed. Ponchatoula sitting at number 6 right now in the non-select Division I side. Could possibly jump up to 4 or 5 depending on the results of these last 2 games. So here we go. Opening tip is controlled by the Lady Patriots, and we're off and running here from River Ridge. Patriots moving right to left here in the first half as we get things started. That is Holmes. Now on the left wing, Desdunes working against Hilliard. Curtis will look to shoot the 3. Now pass to the far side and out of bounds. Can't be handled.
I've seen more players on all 3 levels, high school, college, and the pros, step on that sideline.
So much of the game is trying to take place now beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're playing this game on a high school 3-point line, which is 19 feet 9 inches. And that obviously gives you a little more room towards the sideline as opposed to the college game, which is more like, 21 feet along there. That's a little bit longer.
Well, and you got teams that that they employ the skip pass a lot, and like you just saw there, where the ball was out of reach, a little bit too high, and she came down on the sideline with the ball.
So Ponchatoula will inbound for their first offensive possession. John Curtis will pick up full court here.
My favorite defense, full court press.
Bush Hounded by Jordan. Now we'll get it across. Gervais. Curtis looking to trap right there. Rotate the basketball to the opposite side. First shot of the game goes off. Now a good look inside won't go down. Third look for the Lady Wave, and that will go down for Lily Bush, the senior guard. And it's 2-0 Ponchatoula, a minute gone by here in the first quarter.
Good job by Ponchatoula on the offensive boards. Got 3 shots at that basket.
Daniel up top, get it in the hand of Desdunes. Guarded closely there by Hilliard. Good pass, and inside, shot will not go. Looking to get a second chance, but now they'll get the second chance, and it goes down for Amani Daniel. And we're tied at 2.
Interesting, Curtis pressed on that turnover that they had. Didn't press on their made basket.
Hilliard, a nice back cut that time, and Curtis quickly up the floor, beats Ponchatoula down the floor, and that's Holmes with the basket to make it a 4-4 game. That's one thing when you got a team overplaying defensively, Bill. You know.
Yes, you can take advantage of that.
Famous if you try to back cut right there against a team that overplays on defense, you might get an open look at the basket underneath.
You just might. You certainly will.
Hilliard looking to shoot it from the perimeter that time. She was fouled on the shot by Janiyah Holmes, her first, and she'll get 2 shots coming here. Hilliard, a sophomore guard. This is an all-senior lineup outside of Hilliard. Misses the first free throw.
Both teams playing up-tempo, trying to get the ball down as quickly as they can.
Second one is good, and Ponchatoula retakes the lead 5-4. A little over 2 minutes gone by here in this opening quarter.
Alyssa Hilliard face guarding on Desdunes.
Yeah, do not want to let her get the ball.
Seems to be somewhat of a box and one.
3-point shot is too long. Nice hustle that time. Daniel gets a second chance, but nothing doing. And now Ponchatoula trying to push it the other way. 3-pointer by the left-hander, Libby Thompson, draws iron. And now Curtis will look to run off the rebound, and a layup is good by Holmes. And the Lady Patriots have their first lead at 6-5.
Yeah, Ponchatoula hasn't gotten back on defense, and Curtis has taken advantage of that 2 times. They've got to straighten out that defense.
Now quickly going the other way.
Numbers again.
Numbers once again, exactly. And the layup is good by Jordan. 4 in a row by the Patriots. And it is an 8-5 John Curtis lead. 3-pointer right wing. Air ball by Libby Thompson. Patriots bring it up, lead by 3, looking to get some more. Desdunes held scoreless so far, and the layup is missed by Daniel. And going the other way, Ponchatoula turns it over. Their first of the game.
Yeah, the early pressure working in favor of Curtis. You don't necessarily have to get steals. You can just get a bad pass.
Yeah. Well, wide ball turnovers are great, especially when you want to run, but any kind of turnover is a good thing as well. Now a little more patience this time in a half-court set. Timmons kicks it over to Holmes. Active defense that time by Ponchatoula as Bush got a hand on that one, knocked it away, and the Patriots will inbound from the left baseline with 3:55 to play here in the first quarter.
Awkward throw in from that spot.
Yeah, that's
tough.
A little bit. Yeah, you get towards that corner. That's not the typical.
If you're the defense, you can use the sidelines as part of your defense.
Yeah. Knocked away, could not hold on that time. Taylor Jackson had a hand on that one. Jackson and Thompson We mentioned both returning starters, both of them 1,000-point scorers in their career. Right baseline, shot will not fall. And a second chance, but it's knocked away and a turnover. And here the other way comes Ponchatoula. Bush. Hilliard. Now right baseline, Bush takes the 18-footer, won't go. Good follow that time by Taylor Jackson, and she will go to the line. And the foul is on Heaven Jordan, her first. Multiple state championships, went to Tulane, transferred to Mississippi State.
She was a force.
Yes.
Played well for Tulane last year.
Yeah. Daniel's first free throw, or check that, that's Jackson. First free throw is good.
Ponchatoula is not afraid to throw the three-point shot up.
No, they're not afraid to take them by any means. Second one is off, no good. And it's an 8-6 ball game. And good defense that time.
Much better defense. Good rotation.
Yep, cut off the passing lane that time. And the layup attempt by Hilliard is smooths and eyes from the crowd here in River Ridge. Nice pass inside.
Nice pass.
And Daniel, or check that, that was Jackson that time, well in position.
Really nice pass by Thompson.
Yeah. 3 points for Jackson, and it's now an 8-8 ball game. It's already 3 ties in this first quarter. Nice move to the basket by Heaven Jordan. She has 4, and Curtis regains the lead, 10-8. And Ponchatoula continues to attack the basket. The foul that time on Amani Daniel, her first. 3 team fouls on the page. She's the leading scorer for Ponchatoula with 5. And it's back to a 3-point game, 14-11. Inside to Daniel, layup is good. She has 6. And the Curtis lead is once again 5.
Yeah, what Curtis is doing is they're getting behind that zone.
Good pressure on the Patriots, and
you've got 2 starters on the bench now with 2 fouls. They're going to sit out most of the second quarter.
And Amari Daniel is on. Des Dunes is going to have a seat.
Ooh, leaving Holmes in the game with 2 fouls.
With 2 fouls.
Risky.
Oh, and an open look at the other end, and it's too long by Thompson. She got a great look on that play.
Probably should have taken it. Probably should have taken it inside and gotten a layup.
Yeah. At the end of the first quarter, City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in the New Orleans market. Must be a reason. Our thanks to Ronnie Lamarck and his team at the Lamarck Motor Company for their support of more streaming action coming your way Monday. We head to the lanes, Bill. It's bowling action. We're headed to Gonzales. Premier Lanes will be the site of the state championship this year for what's become a fun event on the calendar. New Orleans schools crossing over to bowl against back. We'll have whip-around coverage of 4 matches on Monday, starting at about 3:20. Ken Trahan and I will have the call on that one right here on Crescent City Sports. All of our New Orleans area teams will go in off a win today that are in that. Brother Martin Jesuit, Rummel, and Shaw, all winners this afternoon in high school bowling action. Of course, this is the place to get your most complete coverage.
I was just about to say that,
right here
Lenny.
at CrescentCitySports.com.
Nobody covers bowling, high school bowling, like you guys do, like you do.
Oh, it's a labor of love for Ken and I, who grew up in the sport.
Sure, you're both big bowlers.
Look,
yes,
it's become a very,
very popular sport now.
It is. More and more schools. Next year, in fact, there'll be 2 boys state championships. Travel is called. 5th turnover for Ponchatoula here in the first quarter.
If I'm mistaken, those 2 bowling divisions will be according to size, right?
It will
Won't be select,
5-8
non-select.
Right, it'll be 5-4 is the last time Ponchatoula led this game.
So Ponchatoula can. They haven't hit the 3 yet, but they're not afraid to take it. They're scoring well from inside. And now they're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the game. That's a trip tack.
Free throw's no good. Rebound comes away to the Lady Patriots. Bailey Timmons. So Ponchatoula now 3 of 7 at the line. Good attempted to steal from behind. Layup no good that time by Jordan. And Ponchatoula runs down the rebound, and they will look to push. Shot got ironed, went in the air, and fell through for Alyssa Hilliard, who's also got 9, besides the fact she's doing a terrific job on defense right now. Two-pointer, foot on the line is good for Nelson. Back and forth we go now. It's 20-19, John Curtis. Hilliard can't get that to fall. Nelson with the rebound, got to run out to Timmons. Layup is good. Timmons' first 2 of the night, and it's a timeout, Ponchatoula.
Ponchatoula got burned by the Snowbird early on in the game. Seemed to have taken care of it, but it came back and bit him again right there.
So with that chat, it gives you a chance to remind your timeout. Gives you a chance for us to remind you high school basketball at Crescent City Sports. Brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company. Lamarck has a brand new location just down the road from John Curtis. It's 6121 Jefferson Highway in Harahan. Lamarck Crescent City Ford Trucks.
Right in Harahan, my old stomping grounds.
So 5:23 to play here. And quickly up the floor, splitting the defense all the way to the basket. Layup missed, tip is missed. And a jump ball, the arrow will belong to John Curtis.
Bush just went right down the gut on that one. Nobody picked her up. She just missed the layup.
Three-pointer, no good. And a second chance opportunity here. And steps that time by Nelson.
They don't call that in the NBA, do they?
No.
And that's why you see it oozing down into this level. They watch the NBA and what they get away with.
Yep. Tried to go inside, and it's taken away that time, and it's taken right back away. Layup inside is good by Gervais, who has her first 2 of the night, and it's a 22-21 game. Ponchatoula holds
another timeout.
To one shot there, and Patricia Landash, realizing her offense was in a bit of trouble in the backcourt, asked for the timeout and gets it.
Yeah, that 10-second count was coming real quick when they inbound the ball.
4:29 to play here in the second quarter. Neither team has led this game by more than 5. A very entertaining.
Well, so far, this has been everything that we expected, Lenny.
Yeah. And we mentioned Curtis coming in number 1 in the power rankings in Division I Select. Ponchatoula at number 6 in Division I non-select. And Ponchatoula looking to be a top 8 seed. They're pretty much locked into that at this point, you would think. They would be a top 8 seed for the 6th straight year. Curtis would be a number 1 seed for the 6th time in 7 years. So familiar territory for both of these teams. Look inside. Got it in there to Jackson, who scores. She's got 9. And Ponchatoula regains the lead, 23-22. Desdunes tries to split the defense that time, and she's going to get a chance to go to the line right here as the foul is called on Taylor Jackson. That is her second, remember that, with 4:05 left in the second quarter. Taylor Jackson picks up her second, and Shakai Desdunes, who is yet to score tonight, looks to get her first 2 at the free throw line. First one's good, and we're tied. Fourth tie of the night. Second one is no good. And the Lady Wave controls, and a tie ball game inside of 4 minutes to play, second quarter. Nice rejection on that shot attempt, but a second try coming, and that one will go to Ponchatoula, so they will get the basketball with the lead and 3:40 to play here in the first half.
Matt.
All right, as we get set to start the second half here, Bill, what was it that Ponchatoula was able to do there? What kind of adjustments did they make in the second quarter?
Well, they did a better job rebounding and holding John Curtis to just one shot. And they also did a much better job defensively. Besides just shutting down the Duns, the back end of that zone finally realized that they had to rotate. And so they were able to rotate, steal some passes, get their hands on some passes. Yeah. And then they came down and started taking higher percentage shots on the offensive end.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments were made by these two coaches in the locker room. And we're having some technical difficulties there in the first half. Thanks for staying with us here on Crescent City Sports as we get set for third quarter of basketball. Looks like it will be John Curtis to inbound to begin the second half.
Curtis' big concern, I'm thinking, the second half is the foul trouble that they're in.
Yeah, I've got Amari Daniel with 3, Holmes and Imani Daniel with 2. A couple of Ponchatoula players with 2 fouls. And pass goes out of bounds.
Not how you drew it up at halftime.
No, thought you had a look there in the corner, and instead it goes out of bounds, and Ponchatoula will inbound.
And Curtis is back in their press.
Yeah, not going to guard the basketball here and going to put Janiah Holmes kind of in center field in this pressure look.
Which is a good spot for her with 2 fouls.
Nice work that time by the Lady Wave to get it in and then beat the pressure. And then
pick it up.
Unable to control it is Bush, and she turns it over.
Another turnover thanks to Curtis' pressure.
So turnovers on the first possession of the second half for both teams, and now Curtis looking to cut into this 10-point halftime deficit. Pass is stolen. Bush once again.
Good hustle back on defense by Janiah Holmes. Not a high percentage pass from that wing up to the top.
Ponchatoula working around the perimeter. That's Thompson. And a foul inside as they look to get it into Hilliard. Instead, the foul is on Janiah Holmes, and now she has 3 as well. So Cassandra Nelson will check in. So you got 2 players with 3 for the Lady Patriots. Inside, and another foul is called. This one's on Imani Daniel, and that's going to be 3 on her. Now, the one thing that Ponchatoula didn't do well in the first half was
shoot free throws.
And now they've got another chance to get back to the line here with Taylor Jackson.
5 for 12 in the first half.
First one is good. And a timeout called by John Curtis. With that, we'll tell you that high school basketball in Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 45 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. It's an interesting timeout call right there, Bill, and in between
free throws. Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't do it to your own shooter. But in between free throws of an opponent's shooter.
Now what hurt Curtis in the first half was a foul trouble has just reared its ugly head again to start this second half.
Yeah, now you've got 3 players with 3 fouls as we're just 39 seconds into this third quarter. 11 points for Taylor Jackson.
Ponchatoula continues their run.
Right where they left off, right? Scored the last 7 of the first half. Good pass inside, and the layup is good by Amani Daniel. She now shares team scoring honors with 8. A bounce pass off the pressure that time. Layup will not fall for Hilliard. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Ponchatoula.
Again, an excellent move by Daniel without the ball, cutting from the weak side. Caught that defense by surprise.
And on the inbounds, or before the inbounds pass, I should say, the foul's on Amani Daniel. That is her 4th.
Big time trouble for the Patriots.
6:52 mark of the third quarter. And Amari Daniel will check in her spot.
With 3 fouls of her own.
She's got 3 as well. This is a Curtis team that really will play about 8 players. Same with Ponchatoula. So foul trouble can be, significant. You have to go deeper into your bench. Second shot inside is good by Taylor Jackson, who has 13, and the lead is once again a dozen.
Jackson did a great job posting down low, making herself available to receive the ball.
Nice shot that time, mid-range by Heaven Jordan, who had 8 in the first quarter. It's her first point since. She has 10, and there's a steal in the backcourt by John Curtis. That's what they're going to have to do, Bill. As Timmons gets the layup, they're going to have to turn defense into offense.
Score off your defense, and the trapping is going to pay off, like it did right there.
Try to kick it back out. They will. Mid-range shot will not fall that time. And a whistle and bodies on the floor. Let's see what the call is. And that is on Gervais. It is her second. And the first team foul of the second half on Ponchatoula.
When you're a team like John Curtis and you do press a lot and a lot of pressure defense, you know you're going to commit fouls. That's part of it. You just don't panic. You pull it off if you have to, but if you got the press on, you got to continue to play hard with the press.
Layup no good that time by Timmons, and a rebound by Taylor Jackson. And Ponchatoula, maybe one too many passes trying to beat the press right there, but they do. And some great ball handling, and all the way to the basket, and in by Amaya Gervais, her second basket of the night.
Nice little scoop layup.
She was in trouble in the backcourt and somehow got out of there and went all the way to the basket. Now she has the basketball once again off the Curtis turnover.
Shot.
Little 12-footer that time goes down for Hilliard, who has 14 to lead all scores, and it's once again a 12-point lead. Three-pointer is no good. And the outlet pass is stolen away. 9 turnovers for Ponchatoula, and that will fall.
First basket of the night for Des Dunes.
And that will come off, and Des Dunes has it again. See if that first bucket gets her going. That will not fall. A wild three-point shot that time. And Ponchatoula will look to capitalize. Got numbers on the other end. Layup no good. And Curtis is running. Pace picking up here. Three-pointer right wing. That won't go. And a second chance opportunity coming for the Lady Patriots. And off the mark that time.
Just not shooting well tonight.
No, Timmons cannot knock it down. And Gervais with the rebound. Got to get it across here, and they do. Hilliard has been outstanding thus far with 14 points.
Ponchatoula slowing it down a little bit, trying to get their pace.
Yep, under the 4-minute mark here. Ponchatoula led this at half by 10. The lead is still 10, and a chance to add to it right here. As that foul is going to be on Heaven Jordan. That is her second.
Jackson is really playing big in the inside right now.
Jackson has 13 points, including 4 here in the third quarter, going to the line for 2. Free throw is good.
Amaya Gervais getting a well-deserved break. I don't think she'll be out for long, though.
No. And Morgan Watkins, who came in and was outstanding in limited minutes in the first half, is back on the floor now. And again,
Jackson 4 for 4 for free throws in this quarter.
Yep, 5 for 6 in the game now. And it's once again a 12-point lead for Ponchatoula, 45-33. And an offensive foul is called on Bailey Timmons. Curtis turns it over for the 11th time. Ponchatoula up by a dozen. Gets the back cut and a layup from Bush. And it's now a 14-point lead. It's Ponchatoula's biggest of the night. And let's see, is this a jump ball or a foul? I believe they're going to go jump ball. Ponchatoula ball on the arrow. A great play right there, Bill. That was, I thought that was a possibility because that was all basketball.
They looked at the officials looked at each other
to see who had the better look on it. And Ponchatoula struggling to get it in against the pressure, now does so. And Hilliard picks herself up and will get it across. Hilliard is fouled by Desdunes. And she's going to get 2 shots here. And that is team foul number 6 on the Lady Patriots at the 3:15 mark of the third quarter. So Ponchatoula is going to shoot free throws the rest of the night.
All they have to do is make them.
And a full timeout called.
Well, Ponchatoula took that momentum that they had going into the locker room and came out with it, and just they haven't stopped. They've handled Curtis's pressure a little bit better than they were before. They're playing much better still on defense, and Taylor Jackson is she's just having her way in the middle of the lane. She's just posting up and pinning her opponent, and the Lady Wave are just feeding her the ball, and she's getting it inside to score.
Yeah, Jackson with 15 points, Hilliard with 14, Bush has 7. And then for John Curtis, Jordan with 10, Amani Daniel with 8. Most significantly, Shakai Desdunes has been held to 3 points. Came in averaging 18.
That's the difference in the game right now. It's a 14-point lead.
Yeah, no
She's
doubt.
averaging 18 points. That's the difference right there. She just hasn't been able to contribute.
And that's a credit to Hilliard as well.
I'm a little surprised that Curtis hasn't made some type of offensive adjustment to try to get Desdunes going.
So Hilliard at the line will shoot a pair. Missed the first. She is 2 of 5 at the line tonight. And made the second. All 3 times she's been in a line this evening, she's made one and missed one. 48-33 is the Ponchatoula lead as we head towards the 3-minute mark of the third quarter.
Gervais about to check back in for Ponchatoula.
Jordan attacking the basket will get to the line after the foul by Taylor Jackson. And let's remember that here, Bill. That is her
That's
third.
her third. Yeah, but the difference is Curtis shoots more from the outside, and she's playing inside more. So she can play with those 3 fouls.
First free throw by Jordan is no good.
Now, if Curtis starts to go inside and try to look toward her, then you might have to make some kind of change.
Especially with the outside shot not falling.
Right.
It seemed to me like that's,
again, that goes with what I said. I'm surprised there hasn't been some type of an offensive adjustment by Curtis.
Second free throw is good. So Jordan with 11, and it's 48-34.
Oh, that pass was
well
beautiful.
Done inside, and the bucket falls for Hilliard, who has 17. Three-pointer will not fall. Second chance won't go. Third chance denied, and a rebound for Ponchatoula off the block by Thompson. All the way to the basket. Layup will not fall. Saved, and another opportunity coming for the Lady Wave. Three-pointer won't go. We haven't had a three-pointer
made
the entire night. And give credit to Gervais with the hustle inside.
She's really played well tonight.
A 5-second violation is the call. So Ponchatoula now with 10 turnovers at the 2:05 mark of the third quarter. So one of these things, if you're Curtis, you want to try to get this thing to maybe a 10-point game by the end of the quarter. A foul on the floor is going to be called on Libby Thompson. Or check it, not 32, it's on 20, Morgan Watkins. Either way, it's her first. And just the third team foul called on Ponchatoula in the second half. All the way to the basket, laying it up and in is Desdunes, who's got a couple of buckets here in the third quarter.
And a
steal. That's how you can close the deficit. Again, offense off defense. Desdunes for three, no good. Offensive rebound. Can't be controlled, and now Ponchatoula the other way. That would have been big to get those back-to-back buckets right there. Maybe try to swing this momentum a little bit. Ball loose.
Wow.
Lady Patriots have it. Daniel knocked away. Can't get the layup to go. Another chance. That's knocked away. Ponchatoula looking to run. They've got numbers to throw it away.
Tell you what.
A little sloppy on both sides.
A little bit. Now, you got Libby Thompson for Ponchatoula, a Loyola signee. And she's getting an earful from Coach right now for that pass. But she has done all the other things tonight. Just a brilliant passing. Good job on the boards. She's blocked a few shots. So she's doing everything.
Driving layup won't go too hard.
Wow, they are letting them play.
And the foul is going to be called on Gervais, her third. The Ponchatoula faithful didn't like it.
Wow.
Team foul 4 on the Lady Wave. So the fouls were 6-1. They're now 6-4. And a pass nearly thrown away, but saved. And now Desdunes.
That's going to be on Curtis.
That's a foul. And that is on Bailey Timmons, her second.
She just stuck her leg out right there. That was definitely a foul. No reason for anybody to question that call.
So the offensive foul won't mean shots, but that is now 17 fouls on the Lady Patriots. Steal in the backcourt. Layup won't go. Follow is good by Heaven Jordan, who has 13. Ponchatoula, you would think, would want the last shot. Instead, there's a foul. And that is on Nelson, her second. And 1-1 coming on the 8th team foul for John Curtis. And it will be Hilliard at the line. For 1-1. Nope. And it's thrown away. So Ponchatoula has 8 seconds to try to get this across and towards the basket with a 12-point lead. Gervais now will look to attack with 4, with 3, with 2. Three-pointer at the buzzer will not fall for Libby Thompson, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. Ponchatoula outscored John Curtis in the third 15-13. After 3, they lead it 50-38. You're watching high school girls basketball here on Crescent City Sports. All right, so here we go with quarter number 4. Ponchatoula trailed this at the end of one, 18-15. A big second quarter flipped this game in their favor. They led it by 10 at halftime, lead it by 12 as we head to the fourth. John Curtis has shown the ability to turn Ponchatoula over, Bill. They've got to do a lot more of that in the fourth quarter and turn that defense into offense to try to get some.
Yeah, we said that a couple of times tonight. They've got to score off their defense. They haven't been able to do that very well. They haven't shot the three-point shot very well, and they're in foul trouble. So their backs are against the wall.
Going to the basket. Shot won't go. Second chance.
That's how you do it. Yep. Draw the foul, get up there.
Bailey Timmons will go to the line after the foul from Libby Thompson. It's her first and the 5th team foul now on Ponchatoula. 9 seconds into the fourth quarter. So Timmons, who came in averaging 6.7 points a game, 5.2 boards. She's just a freshman. Going to the line for 2. Misses the first.
And again, when you're down this far in the fourth quarter, you want to try to score with the clock stopped.
Yep.
Need to make some free throws.
Yep. 4 for 7 tonight at the line for John Curtis. Second one won't go. Good defensive rebound right there by Libby Thompson. And lost out of bounds. It's going to go the way of the Lady Patriots. Now, you don't want to see turnovers if you're Patricia Landesh, but you'd much rather a dead ball turnover than a line ball turnover.
Than a transition, right.
All the way to the basket. Jordan can't finish. Gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Three-pointer will not go. Third opportunity coming, and that is down for Timmons, who has 6.
Tell you, Bailey Timmons, the freshman, has gone up against Libby Thompson, the senior, 2 times right now in the last 2 possessions, and came away with points.
Yep. Timmons commits the foul. It's her 3rd, team's 9th. And 1-1 coming here for Amaya Gervais, who is 0 for 1 at the line this evening. So for Curtis, you got Imani Daniel with 4, and then you've got 3 players with 3. Yamari Daniel, Shania Holmes, and Bailey Timmons all with 3. Gervais makes the first. And now Imani Daniel checks back in with those 4 fouls. Can't wait any longer.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you can't wait much longer.
6 points for Gervais as she knocks them both down and is 52-40 Ponchatoula. Inside, nice drive to the basket by Des Dunes. Gets it to fall. She's got 7, 6 of them in the second half.
Great body control.
So Curtis has gotten us to single digits once in the second half. Another chance to do it right here off the turnover. Layup won't go. They got opportunities there.
Wow.
That's
a golden opportunity.
You got to finish that.
Right, golden opportunity there.
Cross-court pass and an open 3, and finally Libby Thompson gets one to fall.
That's a big shot from her.
She's got a half dozen and the lead is 13. That's a big 5-point swing right there. Inside, what an acrobatic shot by Janiyah Holmes. And it's 55-44. Quickly back the other way. Shot won't go. Second chance does go for Taylor Jackson. And back and forth we go now.
You got to love this pace.
And Imani Daniel gets it to fall from the perimeter that time.
You knew Daniel wasn't going to take it to the goal and risk her 5th foul.
Right. Steal and a run-out possibility. Here's Daniel. Layup is good. And it is back to single digits at 57-48 at about 5.5 to play. Curtis crowd getting into it. Layup won't go. Patriots a chance to cut into it further. That will fall for Janiyah Holmes. Timeout, Patricia Landash. 6 in a row for Curtis. It is a 7-point game. The closest this has been here in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, Curtis is now on their own run. And you know, basketball is a game of runs. Every team is going to have that. Ponchatoula's had a couple of them right now, but now Curtis is getting one right when they need it. They still got plenty of time. They're only 7 down. And you know, the way they're moving up and down the floor, I think they got a little more wind left in them than Ponchatoula does right now.
Very, very well a possibility. High school basketball on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Quick Lane services all makes and models, batteries, tires, oil changes, and more. All done quickly while you enjoy some popcorn. Must be a reason. So if you're Patricia Landash, what are you telling your team in the huddle right now?
You're telling them to calm down right now. You don't not calm down as far as the pace of the game, but just relax and play fundamentally sound. Don't get caught up in what Curtis is doing right here. Play your game. The game has put you 7 points ahead and as many as 14 points ahead. Just keep playing your game.
Daniel back on the bench. So got her in there a couple of minutes, got some effort out of her and back down. Probably want to make sure you got her for the stretch run. And the pass is out of bounds. Tried to thread that bounce pass in there.
And a little offense,
traffic.
A little offense-defense substitution for Curtis right now. And Imani Daniel coming back in on offense.
That's good strategy right there from Alondra Brown. Jordan initiating here from the right wing. Pass is knocked away. It will remain Lady Patriots basketball with 5:02 to play. This game was tied at 23. Ponchatoula has led ever since. And that is stripped and going the other way. That is knocked away. Curtis wanted it to go back to the Patriots, but not so much. And Taylor Jackson is in pain on the floor. Looks like it's all right. She's going to have to come out of the game since the trainer's gone out to check on her. Oh, I say that.
Well,
It was off the floor.
Yeah, it was off the floor, and no one really called. I applaud him for doing that, but nobody really called him out there.
That was the Curtis trainer as well.
Yeah, you know.
Inside layup is good by Jackson. So, yeah, I guess she's all right. She's got 19 to lead all scores.
Right now, she's the difference in the game. Curtis just doesn't have anything to stop her.
Inside, layup will not fall, and Jackson has another rebound. Knocked away, and it's going off Jackson. Curtis basketball.
And Imani Daniel back in on offense.
Usually you don't see that until maybe the last 2 minutes of a game.
Couple of minutes, yeah, it was a little early, but when you were down as many as Curtis was, and with 4 fouls, it's a good idea.
Inside, they tried to throw the lob to Imani Daniel. It was knocked away. And the layup is good by Alyssa Hilliard, who's the foul on. It's on Des Dunes. It's her third. Daniel was in the neighborhood. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't on her.
Well, the first thing that went wrong for Curtis was they lost the ball inbounding it underneath their own basket. And then they compounded it by making a foul on the shot. Ponchatoula makes it a three-point play. So again, another 5-point swing there.
Hilliard with 21. It's a 12-point game as we tick closer to the 4-minute mark. Daniel, second leading scorer on this Curtis team with 16 a game. Been playing with 4 fouls and knocks that one down. She's got 14, 6 of them here in the fourth quarter. Ponchatoula breaks the pressure. Inside, shot won't fall. Rebound chased down by Daniel. Outlet pass. Got a 2-on-1. Layup will go for Des Dunes, who has 9, and it's back to single digits.
You got some tired girls on this floor right now. You can tell by the way the passes are.
Now look, Curtis is going to be off for over a week. Ponchatoula's got to play tomorrow night to wrap up an outright district championship. Now, if they win this game and win tomorrow night, they could be looking at moving up to a 4 seed, which would get them a first-round bye in the non-select bracket. The non-select bracket in basketball, much like football was this year, is 28 teams. Stolen in the backcourt. Layup, good by Holmes. It is a 6-point game.
Whoa.
And what a move to the basket by Gervais.
That's her second underhanded scoop bucket of the night.
3-point right baseline, that won't go. And a big rebound for the Lady Wave. Double teaming in the backcourt. Travel is called. Hold on, they're going to talk about this. Okay, no. The question was, did the travel come before the timeout was called? And they said no.
You know, in a 2-man crew, you might have gotten that call, but with a 3-man crew, with the way they're positioned, I think that was the right call.
So Curtis down 8 with the basketball. They're going to try to run that lob again. They get it inside, but nothing doing there for Des Dunes. They'll reset the offense. Timmons. Curtis looks a little off kilter right here, trying to get something going offensively. Now Timmons will attack, block from behind, gets another look, and gets it to go. Timmons with 8. It's a 6-point game once again. Steal in the backcourt. Layup is good by Des Dunes. It's a 4-point game and a timeout Ponchatoula. 2:34 to play. Curtis has outscored Ponchatoula here in the fourth quarter, 22-14.
Yeah, it ain't over till it's over.
Defense.
I said from the beginning that the Curtis pressure, all they had to do was keep it up, throw it at him most of the time, and it would pay off. You don't need to steal it all during the game, but this is where girls get tired, guys too. This is where players get tired, and you can keep that press going, you're going to get a steal and get a good basket.
Now, Curtis on the year is 21-4. They've only got one loss to an in-state team, and that was to Wassman. Ponchatoula has won 9 of their last 11, both losses only by a point. So, whatever happens here tonight, you take a team in the territory that they're not familiar. But you're seeing two teams fight like the defending champions that they are.
This is like a championship title game. You got two teams that are just laying it out on the floor, sometimes literally. The crowd is definitely in it.
Ponchatoula will beat the pressure. Will they look to run some clock? 2:20 to play. All the way to the basket. Layup will not fall. Second chance will go for Hilliard, who has 23. And it's a 6-point Ponchatoula lead, 66-60.
Remember that possession and Ponchatoula's ability to get an offensive rebound.
And that one is lost out of bounds by Timmons. So Curtis gets it to 4. Can't get a stop on one end, turns it over on the other end, and now Ponchatoula with the ball and a 6-point lead with 2:06 to play. Lady Wave looks to beat this Curtis pressure. They do. Hilliard goes inside. Banker will not fall. Trying to get a second chance. It will be a jump ball, and the arrow goes to Ponchatoula with 1:54 to play. Curtis in the double bonus. Ponchatoula with just 5 team fouls, if you want to look at that situation. Thompson recovers, now loses it, and that's a backcourt violation.
There's that Curtis pressure again. That is the correct call because possession of the ball never transferred over to Curtis.
So the Lady Patriots down 6.
Opportunity to make it a one-possession game.
Tried to go inside and a foul. But no shots coming. It's only the 16th foul. That's on Gervais, and that is her 4th personal foul. So team foul 6. The next Ponchatoula foul would be 1-1 for Curtis. Curtis already at 10 team fouls. Going inside. Couldn't get the tie up. And a nice job by Holmes to break away and get it to fall. And a turnover, but Des Dunes was standing on the sideline. So it will stay with Ponchatoula with 1:26 to play. And Bill, why do you get the feeling that it might take about 15 minutes to play these last 86 seconds?
Well, with both teams shooting, with the turnovers, it's a good possibility.
Somebody's got to come to the ball now. Bush will take it. Bush will go all the way to the basket, lay it up and score. Quickly the other way. Three-pointer right wing is off, and rebound.
That's going to be an Imani Daniel.
And that's Imani Daniel's 5th personal foul. So Imani Daniel will foul out with 14 points. She had 6 of those in the 4th quarter. And we'll have free throws coming at the other end for Amaya Gervais. Makes the first. She's 3 for 4 at the line tonight. Timeout, John Curtis again.
Again, after the first free throw. Now, if Ponchatoula stays in what they were just now, They don't have anybody underneath. I just don't like that. You're ceding the rebound if it's a missed free throw. It's maybe you don't want to foul. I can see that, but at least if you're in the lane, you're there to put a little pressure, and make them have to work and run some time off the clock.
And you're right, and I understand the time, but at the same time, I know Patricia Landesh was concerned about John Curtis's ability to shoot free throws, and to give, if something were to happen, you get a reach around, a reach over on a missed free throw.
Yeah.
Now you're giving him a chance to score with the clock stopped.
Well, you certainly have to be a disciplined team, and you have to practice this particular situation, in practice and go over it. Yeah. But I always like to have somebody there, at least just to, be between the ball and the goal in the backcourt. Make them have to work a little bit to bring the ball in.
So one more free throw coming for Gervais. Knocks it down. 70-60.
See, even here, they're rolling the ball up. There you go. You got to come up and play a little pressure.
And a foul is called as Jordan attacked the basket. And the foul's on Libby Thompson. That is her second. So Jordan, who has 13 points and is 1 of 2 at the line. Only 7 seconds came off the clock right there. Misses the first. Curtis just 4 for 9 at the free throw line tonight. Makes the second. Jordan now 14. And it's a 7-point game. Curtis is going to have to play the foul game if they can't get a steal here. And inside. Shot is good by Taylor Jackson, who has 21.
Another great pass by Thompson.
Ball knocked away in the backcourt. And Ponchatoula has it. Lob inside. Jackson gets the basket. And it's double figures once again. And a foul is called, I believe, on Thompson. And Curtis will go back to the line. This is Nelson for the first time tonight. This will be a 1-and-1 with 25.6 remaining. And an 11-point game, and if this holds up, this is a huge win for Ponchatoula. Free throw no good. Rebound is loose, but now corralled by the Lady Wave.
Well, it's a bigger win for Ponchatoula than it is a big loss for Curtis. Curtis will not lose that number 1 seed, losing to a team like Ponchatoula with their record.
The foul on Desdunes is her 4th, and Gervais back to the line. You got 3 Ponchatoula players in double figures. Gervais at the line has 10. Jackson and Hilliard, 23 points apiece.
And Bush has 9.
Gervais has been nails at the free throw line. 5 for 5 in the second half. Make it 6 for 6. Three-pointer will not go. That is out of bounds, and it will belong to Curtis as that deflected off a Curtis player, then a Ponchatoula player. With 6.3 to play. Will not go, and that will do it. Ponchatoula comes to River Ridge and knocks off John Curtis Christian by the score of 76-63. The Lady Wave improves to 23-8 overall, extends their winning streak to 7. Curtis 21-5. Their 9-game winning streak is snapped. Bill, your thoughts on what we saw tonight?
Well, you saw two really, really competitive teams who went up and down, up and down. You know, I don't know if you got the turnover totals. There maybe been a few more turnovers than either coach liked, but that was because of the pace of the game and the way the game was going with pressure defense, running up and down the floor. Ponchatoula just, with Jackson and Hilliard, just too much for Curtis tonight. And as I said before, it's a bigger win for Ponchatoula as far as power points go than it is a big loss for Curtis. Curtis is still going to be the number 1 seed in the select Division One.
Ponchatoula now has a chance to move to 4 or 5.
Ponchatoula can now move up.
And you get to 4. Remember, that means a first-round bye.
First-round bye and a home game in the next round.
In the next round, and really a home
maybe
game
all the way through.
Finals. And remember this: just like a year ago, the state tournament girls basketball March Madness is in Hammond, which is a stone's throw from Ponchatoula.
I'm sure they've practiced at Hammond at Southeastern before.
No doubt about it. Bill, thanks for joining us this evening. This was a lot of fun to watch. Our thanks to Matt Merritt. Our thanks to Robbie Utzler. Our thanks to everyone at John Curtis and at Ponchatoula for their hospitality. Again, your final score tonight: Ponchatoula 76 and John Curtis 63. A reminder, we'll have high school bowling for you Monday from Premier Lanes in Gonzales. Should be fun as the New Orleans teams head to the Baton Rouge area to take on those Baton Rouge area teams. So once again, for our entire Crescent City sports crew, I'm Lenny Van Gilder. We will see you next time. Until then, so long, everybody.